So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking back at the year of 2021 and recapping it, so stick around. My name is Nick Pulaski. Growing up, I have always had a passion for wildlife, and with that passion, along with my passion of filmmaking, I get taken on some amazing adventures creating wildlife content, getting up close with a variety of incredible animals. So come follow along as I pursue my goals of educating, inspiring, exploring, and conserving wildlife, all while having fun, seeing the beauty in our natural world. Hello and Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you guys all had a fun and safe holiday. So you'll notice I haven't posted in the last couple weeks, and that's kind of based on two different things here, to be honest with you. And the first one being that just with everything that just kind of happened with me towards the end of the year, I was just like, let's just focus, get everything settled, start this new year fresh. I know we kind of ended things on kind of a sour note, and that's just kind of how it goes, unfortunately. But I mean, like I said, I've been doing better, especially going into a new year. I mean, I definitely have been keeping my head up and really excited and really motivated and driven for the things to come. You gotta pick yourself back up, and that's what I've been doing exactly. So I've been totally fine. I've just been basically working on the animals, focusing on that, focusing on those things, and focusing where I want things to go in terms of the channel and everything like that as well too. And last year was actually a lot of exciting things have happened. I know we kind of ended, like I said, on a sour note, but it's been a lot of exciting things and a lot of rewarding things. And to start, I had my first successful ball python breeding season in, God, I think it was 5 or 6 years. So that was really, really exciting and really rewarding. And to go on top of that, we not only did that, but we've ended 2 shows. We've ended both Tinley and we've ended the Cleveland Reptile Show. So both of those, I mean, anyone that was involved in helping me get into those shows and everything like that, thank you so much. Anyone that purchased a snake from me and was a customer of mine, thank you guys as well too. I could not have done really any of this without your support. I mean, this is just the building blocks for success, really, and I'm not expecting instant success or anything like that or instant gratitude. This has all just been something that has been building for years and years and years, and seeing where NJP Exotics has gotten now, it's just really, really something that's rewarding. And I just am so thankful for the support I have from you guys, from any friends and family and stuff like that, anyone that really supports me. I mean, it's something that you really, I mean, support just is something that is worth its weight in gold at the end of the day. So thank you guys so much for that. But yeah, so we had our first successful ball python breeding season in some years. So that was something really cool and exciting to kick it off, and we're just building on that now. So we have females and males together and pairings going and stuff like that. Some new pairings, some fresh pairings, and some similar pairings from last year. So we're gonna have some really exciting stuff come the spring and the summer. So everything's just kind of building off of that success, and that kind of goes for a lot of things. Now I want to do some stuff in terms of revamping this channel and stuff like that as well too. And I think that's more so something that I've been thinking for a while, kind of halfway through the year. I'm like, everything I want to post is something that I want to be something enjoyable, not only for me, but I want it to be enjoyable for you guys as well. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't think the content I was producing was not enjoyable. I just want it to be something that's more hands-on, more intriguing, everything like that, more helpful. If you guys have video suggestions, anything like that, I'm going to start posting polls on my Instagram and my social medias a lot too, of different questions or any video topics that you guys may want. I want this to be a very interactive channel with you guys. Like I said, if I don't know the answers, I will find someone that does, just so you guys are getting the right, correct information. I've always been that. That's always been my drive, is to make sure that the correct information is coming from the correct source. That's what I'm going to be doing this year, is upping the quality of my content, just for my personal reasons. I know a lot of people have been enjoying the videos I've been producing, and thank you guys for all your support as well too on this channel. But I really think that we could do better, and I want to do better for you guys. I want to keep improving and everything like that. I don't think my work will ever be done, because I constantly want to improve and make things better. So yeah, like I said, as videos come along and everything like that, you're going to be seeing some retooling and some different changes going on, but it's nothing going to be extreme or anything like that, but we're definitely going to be retooling. Now, the start of last year as well too, you would see that we started a podcast, the Put to Scale podcast. My goal was to do 12 episodes of that. Obviously, that didn't happen. That didn't come to fruition. And I think that's kind of why I just kind of shelved it for a while. I wouldn't say scrapped, but I did shelf it, because I'm like, I really love what I'm doing here, but I really know I could do this better. And I think the problem that I was having was it was taking sometimes 2 to 3 times longer, ironically, to piece that video together versus a normal video that I produce. So I really want to make that thing a lot more efficient to run and everything like that, ironically, for a podcast. Yeah, it did take a while, but that's what I want to do, is I want to make that thing really high quality for you guys, but something that we can piece and make efficient so we can pump those out about once a month. That's my goal. So down the line, that's what we're going to be trying to do, and I'm going to be channeling and trying to get that on. I'm not going to say that we're going to start that right now this month or the next month, but it's going to be coming, and we may have 2 in 1 month or something like that. But my goal is to bring back the Put to Scale podcast and have some really cool guests. I've already had some that I've talked to and everything like that and have had interest, so we're going to have some really cool guests on this coming year. I just wanted to make sure I'm doing it in a way that's going to work out and I can get these videos out quick for you guys. So that's what's going to happen there. In terms of all the reptiles and everyone, you're going to start seeing a lot of new faces now that we have some of these animals from the Tinley Show pickups out of quarantine. We're going to be showing those guys off. So with showing all the animals, I really want to focus on species-based videos, and I really think that's something that will be more interactive to some people. I noticed that those videos do very well on this channel, whether we're going over Daisy the tortoise and her setup and her care, or if we're going to be doing ball pythons, womas, we can do boas, we can do tegus, we can do turtles, we can do it all right now. And everyone is doing great, I should say. No issues in quarantine whatsoever, so we have some really cool things in the works. We're going to be building some DIY cages as well, like for example for the tegu and everyone. We're going to be doing some really cool things, so definitely something down the pipe that I'm really excited about. But as a whole, like I said, I am just thankful for everything that has come for this past year. It's been a very rewarding year, that's for sure. And just seeing this room, just being in year 2 of this room, and seeing what it's built into and what it's progressing into and everything like that down the line is just something that's truly really exciting. So we have some really cool things in the works, and I am really focused to make sure that this channel has the content that I want to enjoy and I want you guys to enjoy. So we're going to be doing some really cool things, and I hope you guys enjoy it too, and I hope you guys give me the feedback and your opinions, thoughts, and anything that you want, so you guys can see that and interpret that into these videos as well too, because I want this to be interactive for you guys as well. So yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to go over that and just say thank you to all of you. I know I've been saying that a lot, but I can't say it enough. For everyone that supported me, it's been something that's been a wild ride over the years, and everyone that has, I really appreciate you. I really, really do. And I'm super excited for 2022. We're going to be doing some really cool things, some fun collabs, that's for sure. I have been literally talking to some people today about certain things that they have in the works, and I'm super excited for them. So I also want to take you guys on the ride and show you guys their success and all the projects that they're working on as well too. So we have some really cool things in the pipe. So let's take a trip down memory lane and look back at the year of 2021.
After leopard geckos, I kind of met some people that got me into different species, and I was like, all right, cool, I'll branch out a little bit. Started with the Abronia. Those were that was a kick that I had for a while, and those were super fun. I think that got me into the more like obscure kind of species that not a lot of people work with.
Sure.
And at the time I was all about geckos, so I'm like, you know what, let's find the geckos out there that no one really works with. So like a lot of species from Madagascar, Africa, Australia.
And by this point you were basically weaning out to basically diminishing your leopard geckos.
Yes.
Research, the care, everything is always evolving. So you want to constantly be staying up to date on care for your animal, because the research is ever changing for care requirements and things to ever benefit your animal. So definitely something you also want to look into for that as well. And she is absolutely huge. And I mean, she's been keeping her colors like rather well throughout her adult stages of life. I mean, normally you'll see them and they're like dulling out and they'll kind of brown out. I honestly think she's been growing like a nice hazelnut color, and it hasn't been fading or anything like that. It just kind of seems like she's glowing, and I absolutely love that about her. She is an incredible, incredible snake that every bit counts, and it truly does. I know people say that a lot in terms of donating for things, and every bit counts and every voice counts. Like I said at the beginning, your voice matters. No matter what people say, your voice does matter. Doesn't matter if you're 10 years old, doesn't matter if you're 85 years old, I mean, at the end of the day, we enjoy doing what we're doing because we love these animals, we love taking care of these animals, we love inspiring the upcoming generations to want to get into fields involving these animals and involving work being done to preserve these animals that is not going to be solved with this legislation. For me, and that's why I took this thing apart, so I could just put it back together for you guys, because I think it's really important. But yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, you can see it kind of leaves like this nice little screening of fog right on top, and it's really cool just to kind of see. And I know, for example, my tortoise loves coming out when the mist turns on and becomes super active. when there's food around especially. I mean, I think it's something that they kind of correlate with food now. So something really cool with that. But yeah, that's basically the misting in a nutshell. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Girls, it's ovulating, and I'll get a better shot of it for you guys right here. But this is our big black pastel albino female, and she has been just stationary like this for like the past week. And this is her off of food too, and she's just swelling at like 2/3 down her body. I mean, you can kind of see how she's just kind of building as you get further down her body towards her tail. And like I said before, she was ovulating and really big a couple days ago, and I posted that actually on Instagram too. So make sure you check down there so you can see what she looked like. But yeah, she has been building for months now, and yeah, her ovulation just happened. It looked like she honestly swallowed a small rabbit. It was that it is, and there's no animals living in here currently. There's nothing on the water feature, and there's nothing on the terrestrial feature, but that's okay. I mean, we have all these amazing plants growing out right now, and we do have to prune these guys down a little bit because as you can see, they're kind of overgrowing here. And when I show you guys also too my 29-gallon vivarium, you're gonna see that that thing has been neglected, and I mean absolutely neglected, to the point where all the plants are basically killing each other. What they're basically doing is they're wrapping around one another, and they're basically constricting each other to the point where it's just not looking good. So here's a picture of it right now, and as you can see the progress in that, I mean, it is overgrown to the max, so we need to fix that immediately.
I went down to Costa Rica, and I totally nerded out. I went down there with a weather station, with a probe I put outside, seeing what the barometric pressures were doing, up and down, humidity, all that stuff. And it was different, a lot more different than what we do in the hobby.
Okay.
And now, I'm not saying that we should all change to the way that the hobby, you know, the hobby itself should change to what the wild is like. You can't really do what...
You can only mimic so much.
Correct. Like, you know, when heat temp a red eye was like 90, I think it was like 92 degrees, 92 or 93, something like that. And if you did that in a tank, it probably would harm the animal.
Yeah.
You know.
That is crucial, I would say, if you're running a reptile collection, and that is bulk bedding. If you buy bedding in bulk, that is going to be huge. It's definitely going to save you guys in terms of cost. I mean, if you buy something in bulk, obviously prices are going to lower, and that's something that you want to look into. So for me, I buy paper towels in bulk, I buy cypress mulch in bulk. It's something that you definitely want to look into. Now, when you're buying like cypress mulch or anything like that, you want to make sure it's just a natural cypress mulch, and you don't want any fertilizers or dyes added to those kind of things. That is something that you want to make sure is crucial, like crazy. So he's going to be friendly with other people as well too, and kids. Look at how big he is when he's stretching out. I mean, he's not really stretching out right now. Right as I say that, normally he goes right back into his placement. But look at him. Isn't he gorgeous? He's just a stunning animal. I love this guy to death. He's loving these camera lights. He's so curious about them. But just a relaxed snake. I mean, he just kind of perches himself right here, and he's totally chill. So love this guy to death. Love. I mean, I still am in shock every time I take him out that I have a Burmese python. It's not something I take lightly.
Your goal is always be aware of where the animal is, especially where its head is, and don't try and go in the enclosure with the animal in there if you know there's going to be a risk of something. You really shouldn't ever go in an enclosure if there's venomous snake in there.
Sure.
I have the really long forceps. Like if I have to grab like water bowl, I'll crack the door, stick them in, pick up the water bowl, bring it to the door. I'll open the door more, take it out, and then just close it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's easier than like stressing the snake out to try and dig it out of its hide, take it out, put it in another container.
Yep. I mean, just the confidence in her is great. I mean, look at that shell. The shell looks great on her. Like not, like I said, an eating machine, but she loves to get some attention. She loves to be pet. It's just great owning a tortoise. I love my tortoise. And I've always wanted a tortoise growing up, and it's nice that I'm in a position now where I know I have the capability and time to give this guy a little bit of attention when they want it and everything like that, and take care of it for its life. I think it's just something really rewarding. Both hands, basically. You want to grab from the tail so she doesn't disrupt and move the eggs as you're lifting her, but you also want to grab from the top too, because sometimes these guys can be pretty defensive. She seems pretty mellow, honestly. Besides just some random bumping as well as huffing and puffing, she seems totally fine. So what we're going to do is, look at mama, you did great. And like I said, I have no idea how many eggs are in this clutch. And what you also want to do too, which is important, is you want to also wash off the mom right after you're done with this and wash the cage too, because you're going to get rid of that egg smell on her. If you don't do that, what she's going to do is, see how like she is like unfilled of eggs right now. So as you can see, she's lost a ton of weight because of the eggs being gone. And what you want to do is you want to get her cleaned off, get rid of any of that egg smell, because afterwards, that's how you get her back onto food and interested. So all of this is going to be clean eventually. Things with so many cool species in here that I am passionate about and I've always wanted to work with. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, is investing in not only yourself and all the things that you're passionate about, which is, for me, this reptile room and doing everything inside this reptile room. That's what I'm passionate about, but working with some really incredible animals that you personally want to work with. I think that's the most important thing with any collection, is if you're going to start a collection or if you're into a big collection, having your hand in something that you're truly into and stuff like that. Otherwise, it really does show that you have no interest in this animal and you don't know much about this animal. Makes people just kind of wean away from you.
August.
No, awesome. Yeah, definitely check them out. I will definitely leave links down below. So what do we have right here, though, that you just pulled out?
This is an IMG Arabesque.
Okay.
So before we were showing the Motley Arabesque, this is just the IMG Arabesque without the Motley.
Get out of here. That's so sweet. I mean, honestly, I think this is probably one of my favorites that you've shown so far. I mean, that patterning, it's got a little bit of everything.
She's not turning too black too fast.
Right.
So the Motley turned black really quick.
Really?
So
Why is that?
It's just the way the whole bold Motley pattern is, it just takes over.
Okay.
So with this here, you know, because the Motley pattern, you got the saddles, the squares go down the body.
Right.
Where these here is more spread out, so it takes a little longer to fill in.
Grown into like you were showing me before, like you had like a basement kind of set up, and then you got into this amazing facility and stuff like that. So when you started kicking that off, like, was this like your full-on intention, like over time, like as your goal to like have something that's this big? Or?
I guess when I was younger, and you see the animals that are being produced, like when Peter Call produced the first albino boa, you know, like I said that I mean, it might have been worth more back then, but I think they were $10,000 when I first seen them. Yeah. And I'm just, like I said, like we were saying before, you know, who's gonna spend $10,000 on a boa?
Yeah.
But people do it, and you know, I guess when I was younger, I'm like, I'd love to do this for a living. The chances of that ever happening, you know, to me, were slim. But everybody has a dream, they want to do it. So yeah. I'm like, I want to do it. I was in my 10x10 in my garage in my old house, and then when I met my wife now, we bought our new house, and I moved that 10x10 room into about a 10x20 room in my basement. Yeah. Which I'm like, that's probably how big I want to get. Well, then I thought, I got this whole basement. Now, I'm like, let me just take over the basement.
Ones that did, I'll show you in a second, and they look phenomenal, which is just amazing. So I'll show you guys those right after this. So I'm just going to pinch the top here a little bit, and you don't want to make too big of a hole to see. You just want just enough. You may see a little bit of blood, and you may see a little bit of the embryonic fluid right here. See a little bit of blood right there. And then what we're going to do is just create a little bit of a triangle cut here. But yeah, like I said, this clutch is going to be all 100% double het for pied and albino. Open this window just a little bit. I don't like to open it too much because I don't want the babies to come out early. I want them to absorb all this embryonic fluid before they do come out. This guy right here does look like a black pastel double het, so that is awesome. I think it was, but these are going to be really hard to part ways with, honestly, because I just love pastel and lesser what it does to an animal. I mean, the blushing on the sides for one, and I mean just that goldenish tint to these guys. I mean, they definitely hold their colors truly. It's just a great combination for one. I mean, I love my super pastel lesser that I have. He's holding colors really well, and he's been a great sire to these guys right here. So they definitely have a great dad in the mix, as well as a great mom, obviously, too, with the lesser that I have. But I just love this combination to death, and I mean, it's going to be really hard getting back into this for sure, selling these guys off. I know once I sell my first baby off, I'm going to be like, oh man, this is going to be really hard. I posted that we did lose Rafiki, my Panther Chameleon male, not too long ago. Unfortunately, it seems he was lost due to cancer. He was forming some lesions I was seeing and noticing rather strongly. I was noticing that a while ago, that those are picking up and stuff like that. So we were constantly in and out, checking with professionals and checking with vets and stuff like that, just trying to see what's going on with him. He was only 3, maybe a little bit over 3. When I got him, he was a little bit over a year or so old. And it was really unfortunate. I mean, I really, really loved Rafiki. He was a great addition to the room. He was a great addition in general. I mean, he was my buddy, you know? I mean, I would always come in here, and every single morning when I turned on his light manually, I mean, it was just great to see him, and we would have our conversations and stuff like that. I would feed him, mist him down, everything like that. Sometimes he'd have his good days where he would let me take him out and stuff like that, but as you know, with some chameleons, it's one of those things where it's hit or miss. They're not really a handleable animal or anything like that, so if I wanted to, I could just leave him alone. But he was pretty social despite all that. I mean, we worked with him pretty hard, and I don't know, it was just a really difficult thing. And that special thing is, and here it is. So this is the brand new t-shirt. I just made this design specifically for this show, but we may do some more prints of it down the line as well too. So if you are going to be at Tinley this weekend, you are going to be able to get your chance to get one of these. And now I did buy a limited selection of these guys, as well as my other shirts I also have prints of that are going to be for sale as well too. So I don't know how well merch sells at these kind of shows and stuff like that. I see from other people it sells pretty well, but me being new, I don't know. But I love this design personally, and I wouldn't want to make something that I wouldn't want to wear myself personally. And just like my other shirts, I wanted it to be comfortable for me too, so I can use for everyday use as well. So not only are these shirts really cool looking, but they are also very comfortable. And also, as you can see on the back here too, there is also some wording on the back. So we have a Jurassic theme NJP Exotic shirt. So I'm super stoked to be selling these and wearing these, and hopefully seeing some of you wear them too. Love the assembly going on here. We're almost basically set up. I just thought I'd take a quick break here. I have something I wanted to pick up and show you guys. I've already picked up something initially within the first hour of getting here that I did not expect to get. I'll show you that in a bit. But let me meet up with a good friend, and then afterwards I'm going to show you guys what I got. It is something really, really cool, and well worth the wait. I'm telling you, this is the reason why I've been so delayed with videos, is because of this animal. And I should say animals, but more on that later. All right, here he is.
When you breed them, they go dark. I don't know what it is.
Yo!
How you doing, my man?
Good, how are you? Good, good, good.
Living that dream, bro.
Living that dream, man. We're almost set up. How about you?
I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to finish.
Slowly but surely, right?
Do what now?
Slowly but surely, right?
Slowly but surely, we'll get it all done.
Oh my gosh.
So tomorrow's opening day, we got it.
Now, did you get your pickup?
I'm not picked up my pickup yet.
Okay, yeah, I've been trying to keeping people busy and eagerly waiting. So once we both get ours, we'll come together and I'll show you mine, you show me yours, right?
Yes, I'm all about seeing it, brother. I'm all about it.
Absolutely. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go pick up mine, and then yeah, later on, let me know when you are.
That works, brother.
Awesome. Good seeing you. And this is what it is right here. So this is a red tegu. So Argentine red tegu right here. Oh my gosh. This one he said is a yearling. He is absolutely stunning. Now there is something unique about this guy right here, and he is totally checking everything out right now. So I don't want to stress this guy out too much. I know I kind of just woke him up from a nap right now. He's just checking things out. He's a little bit nervous, but we're gonna calm this guy down and make him pretty social. He's super, super mellow. We were playing with him at the hotel and stuff like that. I mean, he's just really cool. As you can see with that back leg right there, he is missing his one back foot. I don't want to keep you guys waiting anymore. I want to get my hands on this animal as well too. I'll put this down. So the last pickup at Tinley, the main one that I knew I was going for, that I've been paying off for a while. Let me get this in focus. This is very important right here. Let's zoom in even. Why not, you know? So this right here is the clown pied male. So this right here, you saw this in my past video. I was kind of hinting at him, and you saw John holding him too. He also got one as well. Not from Garrick, he got one from Brad Boa. But these are incredible. Look at this animal. I can't believe it. I can't believe, one, I'm holding this animal, because I never thought in my wildest dream I'd be holding something that's, one, a clown, but regardless, a clown pied. Two of my favorite genes, that's for sure, to work with. I love pied stuff for sure. But I'm just blown away. And as you can see right here, I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Hopefully it is. I'll re-tap it. But hopefully you can see that. Here, buddy. There's like a jack-o'-lantern kind of patterning right there that I just noticed when I was picking him up and reviewing him over. I thought that was super cool looking. Just frustration, I would say. I mean, I thought that this project would be super easy. I mean, I had all of it played out in my head, and it wasn't working to what I needed it to be. I have like probably 2 hours worth of footage, literally 2 hours worth of footage that I shot of that tank, and I completely have to scrap it because it did not go to the way that I planned, and I don't want to use any of that really. I may use some of those clips just to show the mistakes that I made and stuff like that, but it's been a nightmare with that setup, honestly. And finally I did another setup with it, and I did everything that I needed with it, and that was more hours worth of work, and that wasn't working to what I liked completely, so I had to scrap that idea too. So now we're kind of in the middle with an idea right now that's working, and I'm happy with it for right now. But definitely down the line, we're going to be upgrading those guys into something better. They're definitely in something that's going to be perfect for them right now, but definitely I want to give them even more, because that's what I want to do with my animals, is benefit them to the best of my ability. Because you can't keep them all, you know, you got to make a business here. So it'll be really tough, but I'm super excited, and I'm going to be super jealous too of whoever gets a hold of some of these animals. But that would be the next tip I have, is investing into animals that you want to work with. And going off of the investing thing, you have to think down the line. Like I said, you have to think long-term goals. So I'm thinking more so like 4 to 8 year process down the line, what I can do with these certain animals. I mean, I have my 2023 and 2024 plans in the works, and I have something a little bit finalized, but obviously those plans will change and stuff like that. It's easy that something like that could happen. You know, grow out and everything like that. So that's basically what's been going on with Eddie. Loving his colors, everything like that. He's just a really, really fun snake to handle and very personable, you know? He likes to explore me and go all over the place. But in terms of other portions of the reptile room, and in terms of November around Thanksgiving time, that is when we start our ball python breeding process. So we start pairing males with females and getting the plans going and everything like that. If you didn't see my past video, that is where I went over helpful tips of the process for breeding ball pythons and things that I learned and recapped and wanted to give you guys in terms of tips from my first year back of breeding ball pythons. So definitely check that prior video out if you haven't already. Really, there's no true way to... So unfortunately, to get to the point, we unfortunately lost Jack, the clown-pied male. Craziest thing I think has ever happened to me. I'm just beside myself. I mean, it's just been it's the craziest thing to even think about, you know? Now, before I go a little bit more in depth about this, I want to go over a couple of things just to make clear to everyone. I have been, talking to Garrick DeMeyer from Royal Constrictor Designs, who I got Jack, the clown-pied, from very closely. And Garrick, I've gotten animals from him literally started my collection with the guy. I know this guy very well. He's a great guy. Everything. I didn't have a doubt for a second that any of his animals were sick. Nothing on his collection, anything like that. I mean, he has a phenomenal collection, and his quality shows through and through. So that's number one about that, and I appreciate Garrick working with me on this and really getting to the bottom of this the best we can. I mean, we're both in shock about this. It's completely unreal. He said that animals from that clutch as well, no issues whatsoever. This is just kind of like one of those 1 in a million things where, unfortunately, with breeding animals and stuff like that, and animals in general, I mean, they're not all made out to, unfortunately, survive. I mean, there could be just defects we don't know about that linger, and I mean, reptiles, as you know, they're pretty good at hiding anything until it just kills them, you know? I mean, you find out when it's too late, unfortunately, some points. It's always fun putting this video together, and that's why I always do this video, is because I love looking back and seeing different moments from different videos and stuff like that, and see how things have progressed on. And it has been quite the year. We've had a lot of ups, we've had a lot of downs, and I know we've lost a couple of animals, unfortunately, this past year, and it's been hard. And unfortunately, that's just what happens when you work with animals. That's the hard reality of it. And I just want to say that though those things have happened, I have taken things away from them and learned from them, and it's just things that you can't sometimes control sometimes, and it's an unfortunate thing, and I wish I could have done more. I love my animals deeply. I always care about them. The animal care always comes over the content that I make. I haven't been putting out videos consistently because it's either me focusing on animals or it's me just working outside of the animal stuff. So it's me just all working to progress on and do things. So my animals always come first over the content. Although I love making these videos, the videos are nothing if the animal quality is nothing itself. So I always make that a key point in all of my videos. So that's something that I want to take you guys on a little bit more this year as well, is doing more species specific videos and showing the quality of care and everything like that. And really all of us learning together from different experts and everything like that too, because we can always up our care as keepers. So that's going to be something. Thank you to all the reptile supporters and people around here, whether you have a reptile or not. I really appreciate all your support. So let's make 2022 a really great year this year, and feed off of the success from last year and only go up. We can only go up from here, right forward and onward. So thank you guys so much for joining me here today. If you could do me a couple favors, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it, as well as hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. I have some really cool videos set for you guys that I am excited to make, and some really cool adventures I'm excited to take you guys on. So make sure you check out my social media as well too. I'm always posting some really cool things as well there, taking you on some of my adventures and some behind the scenes things. So definitely check those out. And also too, definitely leave a comment down below, like I said, of any feedback that you have or anything question wise or anything that you want to hear or see on this channel. I would love to hear that, as well as let me know any of your 2022 resolutions or anything that you want to do, whether it's reptile related or not. I want to hear it. So let me know down in the comments what your resolutions are for this coming year. Thank you guys again for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys soon.